Hello and welcome back, literacy learners. Thank you for joining today to our Parents Should Know podcast. I hope everyone is well and as excited as I am to talk about what's on our agenda for today. For today's podcast, we will be focusing in on how we can support literacy and language for students who use an AAC device. To begin, let's make sure everyone is familiar with what the AAC device is. The AAC device is a tool such as a laptop or tablet that allows someone with a speech impairment to communicate. With no further ado, let's dive right in. Some people cannot rely on only speech as their only form of communication. Although there may be alternatives to help with communication, that person is still able to learn literacy skills. According to Assistiveware.com, regardless of the student's diagnosis or the severity of their learning challenges, they are still able to benefit from comprehensive literacy skills. Now, let's talk about a key factor in beginning these literacy skills. Even from birth, children are already on their literacy path. Emergent literacy is how readers begin exploring books and writing. This happens before they begin relating to books in a conventional way. Emergent readers may chew on books, hold them the wrong way, or even flip the pages, whereas emergent writers may scribble or pound on the keyboard. This is how the foundation is created for conventional literacy. When it comes to approaching literacy with your AAC user, this solemnly depends on whether they are at the emergent literacy stage or conventional literacy stage. Although this can oftentimes be hard for parents to assess, Assistiveware.com provides a great chart written by Eric Erickson that recommends asking 4 questions to determine if your literacy learner is at the emergent stage or the conventional stage. Let's take charge. Here are some tips and tricks we can use to help emergent learners using the AAC device grow into conventional literacy learners. Number 1 is shared reading. Shared reading is used to help introduce reading and books to AAC users to help them engage with books in a more enjoyable and conventional way. For example, this could be something such as modeling keywords with the AAC device, or even finding books with repetition that are high interest to your child. Number 2 is shared writing. Shared writing is performed with a scaffold group activity for emergent writers. This is where parents can select the structure of what is going to be written, and we can use the Think Aloud model for the writing process. AAC users then will create a line using their AAC device. Number 3 is every AAC user can greatly benefit from gaining knowledge of letters and letter sounds. Emergent learners can do this by learning individual letter names and sounds. This could be something such as reading and writing alphabet books. Now, let's take a minute to think while I ask you this question. Think of everything you did today. Did most of it involve communicating with another person? Could you still have performed the same tasks without being able to communicate? Let's go on to talk about motor planning. What is motor planning? According to the autismhelper.com, motor planning allows us to know, remember, and perform small tasks that make particular movements happen. Motor plans are needed for everything from brushing our teeth to speaking. Here are some helpful tips shared by the Autism Helper in order for you to best help your emerging learners gain literacy knowledge while using their AAC device. Number 1 being modeling. Modeling is knowing the device better than anyone else and modeling language like crazy. This will help you to be more familiar with vocabulary and layout within the device. Number 2 is education. Education trainings with the AAC device are key and important when working with the children with a device. Understanding things such as core words, modeling strategies, programming, and ideas for expanding vocabulary and functional communication are great ways to support literacy with the device. Number 3 is literacy. Literacy is important It is important that comprehensive literacy is integrated along with the AAC learning. Regardless of the severity of learning challenges, you should still be providing your child with comprehensive literacy practices. This will give them the ability to powerfully and independently communicate. Having these skills allows for your child to participate in more of their education, enhance cognitive development, and advance learning. Well, it looks like we've made it to the end. Let's take a minute to wrap things up. AAC devices can be very important in supporting literacy development for your child, whether that is using decoding, reading, or writing. The device is also beneficial to help your learner gain knowledge of individual letter names and sounds. When this happens, your child is more susceptible to identify the letters with sounds and put them together to spell words. Developing literacy skills for all learners is a critical component. When AAC users are given time, the right tools, and teaching strategies, they are able to gain essential literacy skills. It is important that parents integrate comprehensive literacy along with their child using the AAC device. This can help to build language for your AAC user and provide powerful and independent communication along the way.